defense is all over them. Fire streak. Smith. With the team drop three. Shook his hand. He thought he would make that? Runs it down the chimney. Right. Defense is running down that shot clock. Perfectly timed shot. Extra point.
Looking at that scoreboard, it's telling a big story right now. Somebody.
They got to get those shots off quick with the shot clock taking effect. If this team win that, spicy!
Apple Valley is Sophie's College. Here's the first team of
Let's just take a look right now. One team playing, one team not. The scoreboard tells the story.
Super streak. He cannot get past his defender. Mixed him up. Fire streak. Right. Johnson. To hit a double alley-oop while they're already on an on-fire streak. Strong D controlling that drive. Smith. Jones. He ducks the eye from downtown. Run, Forrest, run! He shuts down that drive with a rebound. He got bumped. Bricklayer on the job. Shook his man. You thought you were going to make that? Smith. The butter roll. Puts up a floater. Those are supposed to go in every time. Oh, the brick house going off. He goes to the glass and passes it. He chucked up a brick. The rebound and kick out to his teammate. Straight. Rush. Defense is on him like glue. This is not darts. You gotta hit the bullseye. He grabs the rebound and kicks it out. Man, life is too short for that kind of shooting.
1 more minute to get it done.
They earned a lottery pick. That ball's going to be charged for accuracy. I'm going to assume that was an accident. Bring in the jelly. Johnson. Jones. I cannot say that I've seen that often. He had some handles. Ooh, that was wet. The bottom. He beats the glass.
Once, again, again.
Defense is slowing the drive to a crawl. Absolutely no conscience on that shot. Chucked a brick in the basket. There's something nice about winning against another human being, right? You can imagine them getting triggered while you move up the ladder.
This is one of the most powerful men in the world, destroying cyber threats with a vengeance.
Yeah, I'm an IT manager. I'm just using Sophos to block cyber threats.
We'll probably never know how he does it.
Reggie Miller said he moved in for March Madness, but he definitely chose Wendy's for the breakfast.
The tournament doesn't start for like a week.
The tournament doesn't start for like a week. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
My basketball weeks old. I attended my first basketball game in 2 weeks with my mom. I was going to see my brother play. 2008, in the WNBA draft, I was picked number 1 by the Los Angeles Sparks. We just won the national championship the night before for Tennessee, and then the day later I was being drafted. The accolades I'm most proud of are 2 college back-to-back national championships, 2 gold medals, and the WNBA championship. And now you get to check me out on NBA TV.
This Rav fourth quarter is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2021 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go Sixers. Time now for tonight's Toyota Camry Turning Point.
Action in the third quarter. Good ball movement there. The nice little catch. Pivot and finish to the Lions. Also getting all the way to the cup. He's here playing passing lanes actively. Two-handed finish off the steal. Toyota turning point. Third quarter action.
Dwight Howard holding court for 17 on the floor for the first time is Vincent Poirier, the 7-footer from France, who lately has been getting a lot of opportunity to play with the Sixers taking care of business early in the game. We have another. We do.
Never came out.
We will be back.
You got Wingstop? Why didn't you ask me?
I did. You said, get out of my face, I'm dominating this game.
Well, can you ask me again?
You know you want that sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Vibe with the Titan M security chip. But to someone who doesn't mess around with security,
I don't mess around.
it's the super safe Stuff Securer, the 5G Google Pixel phones, from $4.99.
This is the Epson EcoTank color printer. No more buying cartridges. Big ink tanks. Lots of ink. Print about this many pages. The new Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill.
How do you make America's #1 work brand for slip-resistant footwear even better? At Podiatrist Certified Arch Support. Presenting Skechers Arch Fit. Slip-resistant footwear with Podiatrist Certified Arch Support for all-day comfort. Try Skechers Arch Fit. Work footwear available for men and women.
The Sixers in control handily, 122-85 at the Wells Fargo Center. Amy Fadul, Mark Jackson standing by for Sixers post-game live. And Mark, wow, not only have the starters left the game because the lead is so far in hand, but this bench, they've stepped up in a big way, and they've kept that lead at such a large margin over the Spurs.
Hey, you take your starters out, save the minutes. The bench playing so well, keep them going. Shake only with 4, but Matisse, Thybulle, and Furkan with 26 combined. So it's like, pick your poison which night guys going to give you big numbers. Tonight is those two. Proud of them, and that's why this leader what it is, because the starters and the role players have been doing it.
Come on, Cash Nasty is joining us from Cash Nasty headquarters.
This is a good one. It looks like everybody's going to get in this game, and maybe everyone gets some points.
Here, man.
The Sixers comfortably ahead, Mark Dumas.
You see the moves? Yeah! We got some big fans. Let us play today.
Let me hasten to add here that Isaiah Joe has gotten some numbers in the box score, hitting a 3 and 40% on an evening.
The defender is all over it.
Some nights
defense is slowing down this drive.
A little earlier when you see and you have nights like that, you want to bottle up some of these shots for the days when you really need them.
Set up a flare, and it wasn't answered. Splash! Walker from downtown. Defense is like a wall holding back that drive. Ooh, that was ugly. Controlling the glass with a grab and
appearance, but their first ever trip to the finals, and he bowled in.
You thought you were going to make that? He grabs the rock and shares it with his teammate.
Different league, same approach, stays aggressive.
Oh, bricklayer on the job.
Also a guy who's got to be good shape. He's got his rhythm because he's just coming off to the stage.
Bada bing. Brawling out there. The defender
right here. The game can go up and down at any moment.
Iverson. Nobody can keep up with the super speed. Coleman. Conley. The okie doke. Defense is running down that shot clock. Defense is slowing the drive to a crawl. Gotta watch that shot leader.
I'm about to call this team right here win that. Because you better say your ankles.
Turnover. He cannot get past his defender. He pulls down the rebound and passes it off.
You can see there, making a play for it. Eubank, full body take down.
Keeping it in the family. Strong D controlling that drive.
With him, but you're right. Banks clearly initiated
bricklayer on the job.
It looked like Eubanks was making a play for Reed. Reed was making a play for
super straight.
Man, at some point, this lead right here, it's just going to get out of hand. I don't know how to look at this.
Weatherspoon with a steal and the slam.
Was that a shot or a pass? Oh, bobbing and weaving. On fire street.
stays the up. Yep.
He mollywopped him.
Hope it's just
Bates D up. Seeks a medical.
The three does not go down. The rebound and pass. The defense is really controlling the pace here.
Deep.
If she told you how she did it, your face would
Rodman.
I just told you how I did it.
Get that out of here, little man.
Overhype the return.
It's a miss. Follow your shot.
So we're skipping all the fanfare. Wheel bounce. So it was G-Stuff gel is back, and we think you'll like it.
Slip right by. Iverson. Catch. Home. Bang, bang. The defense is all over them. Only 1 minute left on the clock.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The three does not go down. A rebound and passes it out.
Close to a wire-to-wire win for the Sixers.
Defense is on him like glue.
Okay to Bates D up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tunnel. He recovers the rock.
Foul as well.
Ooh, it's getting personal.
Eubanks with a
Oh, great handles.
guy was never drafted.
Street.
Because
Defense is slowing the drive to a crawl. Free ball, corner pocket. The defense is all over them.
More than one time.
Set up a player. Doesn't answer. Doesn't matter how much you won by. The point is, you won, and you're getting close to the next level.
Liveliness there. Quick off the floor. Covered Poirier. Looked like he had the advantage, and then out of nowhere, Eubanks comes and denies.
Eubanks, 3 years at Oregon State. After going to high school in Troutdale, Oregon. Do you know where that is?
I do. I also know where Corvallis is, where Oregon State is.
Okay. But I figured you would know since you played for the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Is it east of Portland or west of Portland?
Oh, I think it's actually southwest. Look at Samanich, still aggressive, Mark.
Yeah.
We talked about it's a proud organization. They may be down right now. Obviously, a lot of points. They're going to still play hard and go at you. They're just woefully undermanned tonight.
Talking about Troutdale, Oregon. Somebody asked me, I'm not going to say who, they're asking if the guy was an announcer, but it's Al Troutway, not Troutdale. Is that Frosty's arm? Yes. What a night for 3,100 or thereabouts, not only seeing live basketball, being privileged to see live basketball for the first time in more than a year, but they will go out tomorrow and cash in for Frosties.
The only way to be better is if I got it right now. But other than that, I'm good. Comfortable win, Frosties for all.
Frosties and fries, I am told. It's happened a couple of times.
Great gentlemen. So what you're saying is it's
like a
really
meal.
Gonna be a holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like a meal. Joe, missing from beyond. Sixers with 130 points. Their season high is 141. And by the way, leading by 35. The all-time worst defeat in Spurs history is 33.
Wow. That's saying something.
Yeah, the Spurs, this is their 54th season as a franchise. They're 48th in San Antonio. They were part of the merger back in 76-77. Along with New Jersey, Denver, and Indiana.
The first Spur I ever heard of, had to be Iceman.
Oh. George Gervin.
Yep. And then Artis Gilmore after that. But it was Iceman first. As we take a look at the largest wins versus Spurs, there's the list. 1981. That was a while ago.
You know, the Spurs were the first ever opponent that Julius, the great Dr. J. Irving, faced when he signed with the Sixers.
Right here.
Yeah, back in 1976, actually at the old Spectrum. It was October 22nd, 1976. The Spurs won that game on Doc's debut, and the Sixers committed a franchise high in turnovers. How many do you think they had, Allen, in 48 minutes?
Okay,
Take a wild guess.
All right, I'm going to say, this is with Mo Cheeks on the team or no? Mo Cheeks wasn't there yet.
He was not there yet.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say 22 turnovers.
Is that as high as you can go?
I can go higher. Don't tell me to go higher. How about
38 turnovers.
in 48 minutes?
That's correct. Wow. By the way, that's a note I've been carrying around since 1976. I'm finally getting the chance to use it.
Dust some of that, get the dust off and use it, baby. Take it out for a spin. Spurs still moving the ball in their man.
They better be. Greg Popovich is watching.
I would have called Donald Sutherland at halftime and said, "You take my place. This game is terrible." People forget.
It's going to be the Iron Eagle Cash Nasty Show today, so you better buckle up.
And you know what time it is, man. I'm looking forward to be working with you, man. Let's go ahead and get this party started, brother. Take that. Breathe in. He just enjoyed his moment.
First bucket. Nowitzki. He cannot get past his defender. The rebound and pass. 2 for $1.
With an assistant coach at
Bull. Stockton. Bang, bang. Crossed him. Muddy.
Yeah, for the Sixers,
Dirk Nowitzki. Splash. Lottery pick is good for a charge ball. Make it a 3. The defender is all over it. You got the first lottery pick. You're in control. Holds. If you're missing layups, this is not going to end well. Abdul-Rauf. The defense is really controlling the pace here. Grab the rebound. Defense is like a wall holding back that drive. Man, I didn't sleep and woke up. And now it's a whole game. Defense is running down that shot clock. Stockton. Defense is slowing down this drive.
Sometimes in life, when you're thirsty, a refreshing opportunity comes along.
Tickle the twine.
She does good.
He juked him out of his shoes. Dirk Nowitzki. Strong D controlling that drive. Oh, give me that. Taking the donation. Save the ankles. Put that in the glove. With the roll and drops it in the hole. Hole. He has the attitude to deal to have superpower. It's a bare knuckle brawling out there. Stomach. The shove. Oh, the old okey-doke. It stings like a pistol. The shove. You better try something else. He goes to the glass and passes it.
That's what makes it work. Look at it.
First and ask questions later with that shot clock taking effect. It's a miss. Follow your shot. Controlling the glass with a grab and pass.
Not the same. Available in store.
I think it's getting personal. Nowitzki. Stockton. How did that go down? Ooh, clunker from downtown. Grabs the board and finds the open man. He shuts down that drive with the rebound. With the team-drive lead. He mollywopped him. He jacked it. Street. The defense is all over them.
Pressure, plus pops. You better not busting me right now. Y'all better be right now. This scoreboard is looking nasty.
Stockton. Handles. Defense is on him like
with this difference going on, did that team even come to play?
He cannot get past his defender. You thought you were going to make that? The rebound and kick out to his teammate. Streak.
Welcome inside our studios. Hello, everyone. I'm Stephanie.
Slip right by. Ball. It's getting personal. The Deuce.
We'll start with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Butter.
Because as I mentioned, Joel Embiid is not playing. They're expecting him to be out of the season.
Cursed lottery pick. Your opponent's abilities just got knocked down. Who gave the green light on that shot?
So now,
hold off the win. That's how you move up the ladder.
That was excellent news for the Sixers. And he and Tobias Harris, I think, are more than enough to carry the load some nights. Greg, what do you think about the Sixers without Joel Embiid?
Well, I like what you said about that, Stephanie. Listen, not having a potential MVP player on the roster for a while would be disconcerting for most teams, but I think it's looked at more like opportunities for some of their other players. Tobias Harris, who arguably had played like an all-star. You take a look at when that happened, and Stephanie, I was like you. When I saw it initially, I thought the worst. You know, a man of that size Your body's not meant to contort that way. So that's good news. But big picture, getting Ben Simmons back, let's see if he can build on what we saw from him offensively. To another level, because if that happens, then I think this league could be much more difficult to deal with. When you get in the postseason, when teams know you well, when they can take things away, I think that's where Ben Simmons has to take his game to another level.
Channing, when you talk about another level, the next level for Ben Simmons, what do you want to see out of him? Do you want to see more post-ups, more drives? What do you want to see?
I think winning plays, right? I mean, if he's open, shoot the shot, right? If you're 1 for 3, 0 for 3, 1 for 4, continue to shoot, continue to take the best shot for your team. And for me, him and Tobias need to go sit down, have a nice glass of wine, and talk about, becoming leaders. I think Joel Embiid creates opportunities for everyone else. Now, how can they do that? You saw that tonight from Tobias. I think he does have that chip on his shoulder of not being an all-star. I think he's played like an all-star, but it was a tough year. Obviously, everyone's snubbed every year. So for me, it's like, get it going. Put that thing on the NOS, turn that NOS bottle a little bit and help win these games. I think for them, the better they are going into the offseason, the more dangerous they are. And I think right now, they don't have to fully rely on Joel Embiid, and they don't have to just say, here, go win this game for us. They have to do it collectively. So I'm excited to see how they respond to this.
It is going to be fun to watch because there are so many things that can happen. And sometimes, as you both know from your experience in this league, there are silver linings. Joel Embiid going down will offer opportunities for other players to step up, offer opportunities for Coach Doc Rivers to take a long, hard look at what he's got, and you never know. They might end up being even deeper than they thought they were. Okay, gentlemen, the beauty of this show is we get to take live looks inside games that are going on as we speak. So for this instance, we're going to check in with the Houston Rockets at the Toyota Center. Bill Worrell and Matt Fuller have this call.
Yes, that's his. No, it was Oladipo with the foul. Oladipo got called. This week on Rockets All Access, Christian Wood discusses his incredible journey to becoming a Rocket star, plus Matt Bullard puts the first half of the season into perspective. All that and more on Rockets All Access tonight after the postgame, only on AT&T Sportsnet. I bet you had to change that. Yeah, a look at the second half. You taped that, a couple of weeks ago? A lot of things have changed.
A lot of things have changed.
Hang with us, fans. You're going to see a lot of changes. But they're going to be good changes. They're going to be good for the franchise. Eventually. Hey, how do you like that form, huh?
7-footers now, you don't need to be post-up players. You need to be able to shoot threes. Take a look at the bench points here tonight. This is where the Boston Celtics have extended their lead, is with the bench.
Yeah, Silas has no bench, basically.
Well, he's got Hornacek and John Lucas over there, but those guys just won't play.
They can't even get to half court. Those two guys. There's Brown with a great turnaround. So Tatum's got 12. Brown's got 17 now. Oladipo with a 3.
His first points here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Victor's got 13 points for Houston, 11 for Porter. There's a steal. Up ahead to Oladipo for the slam. Good defense. And better offense for Boston.
That's a killer right there. You get a dunk on one end, you give up a 3 on the other.
There's Porter to the middle. Brown a little short on the shot. Good defense by Jeff Teague on the closeout. Brown got a pretty good crossover move, doesn't he? Man, he is hot tonight. Jaylen Brown, did you say he'd been in a slump?
He's not anymore. He's got 19.
He shot his way right out of it.
He had 13 last game. He's already way past that. That always figures, doesn't it, Bill?
Yeah, well, when you're an all-star, you're never in a very long slump. He is down the court. What a great pass. The two all-stars, pitch and catch. Jason Tatum to Jaylen Brown. And the biggest lead of the game for the Celtics.
Scoreboard for you. 64-45, Boston is up over Houston. Second quarter is closing down. 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Jaylen Brown leading the way for all scores with 21 points on 8 for 11 shooting. That's a terrific outing for him. And Victor Oladipo for the Rockets, 15 points, 6 for 12 shooting. Let's take a look and see what's happening with the Spurs and the Sixers. What did happen? Fans at the Wells Fargo Center for the first time this season, up to 3,100 they can bring in there. Ben Simmons getting busy early. Tobias Harris kicks it out to Danny Green. Green ends up with 16 points. And then Harris pushes the ball for Dwight Howard. Hey guys, a silver lining, Dwight Howard might show up and show out.
I mean, maybe. It's always good, but missing Joel Embiid, a bone bruise is a weird thing, man. I mean, it could be 2 weeks, 2 months. Just hopefully Joel Embiid comes back. He's in great shape. It's tough losing your rhythm that close to the playoffs.
It is. Tobias Harris, though, getting it done. And good closeout. And then they still get the shot, though, the Spurs do.
The Spurs have had a pretty good season, but not necessarily the case tonight, as Philly kind of had their way with them. Simmons there in transition. I'll tell you what, that starting five, absent Embiid, was so good. Seth Curry shot lights out. They shot over 50% from three in the game, knocking down 15. So they had it clicking tonight.
This play right here. Ben Simmons, emphatic in the paint.
Man, when he gets downhill, man, I think people underestimate how tall and big he is and the way he moves. And to have both of these guys, Tobias and Ben Simmons, that can get downhill, create for other people. And, you know, defensively, they do have a sense of urgency, which I really appreciate.
Hey, was it daylight savings last night?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Because I don't think the Spurs got the memo.
Uh-oh.
They did not. They didn't show up today. And again, give Philly a lot of credit, but they got no resistance from San Antonio. That's surprising with how competitive the Spurs have been this season.
GA, you know how it is when it gets close to the trade deadline. Like, you know, DeMar DeRozan's in talks, and Marcus Aldridge isn't there. So everyone's on the hot seat. So it's tough to focus on a game when everyone's talking about having to move their families and friends in the next 2 weeks.
Very good point. It is tough. Philadelphia handles their business, though, and it's time now for our winning performance fueled by Gatorade. And we're going to talk about Tobias Harris. His line, 23 points on 10 for 18 shooting, 9 boards and 7 assists. GA, we talked about it before we showed the highlight. Harris with an opportunity here with Embiid out.
Yeah, and it's going to be important that he continues to play the way he has all season. And, you know, what's most impressive, the assist totals. You know, rebounding, he's a solid rebounder, but those assist totals, that's what I love to see, because that means that the ball is moving. They're making good decisions as a group. Simmons had 9 assists as well in that starting lineup. So a lot of positives right now. And if you're Philly, listen, Brooklyn, that one seed. And the one negative, if you look at Philly this year, it's been the same issue they had last year. They struggled to win on the road. So home court, even though we don't have a ton of fans, it end up being really important. So if you're Philly, you want to get that one seed.
You're absolutely right. Philly has struggled with the road. This is the second season in a row. And actually, I talked to Joel Embiid about that earlier in the season, and he says that he takes responsibility for that he needs to be the engine that gets them going with him being out now. Who will step up in his absence? Channing Frye, we talked a little bit about it, but specifically, do you think there's someone that may be a dark horse, an X factor for the 76ers?
I think it's Doc Rivers. I think it's empowering the guys that came off the bench and said, hey, we brought you in for this reason. Tobias is going to be Tobias. Ben Simmons is going to be Ben Simmons. Obviously, you're going to ask them to step it up, which they can do. But the guys that come off the bench, the young guys, the guys that have been averaging less than 15 to 20 minutes, now they're going to start getting 20, 24, maybe